Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So in today's story time, I'm telling a story about an interesting babysitter I used to have. You guys seem to like the stories about my old babysitters and the shit I used to see when having them. So this story time takes place when I was like 11 years old. I think it was 11 or 10 years old. And I had this one babysitter who I would have very occasionally. I didn't have a babysitter like every single week or anything like that. It was usually like a few times a year when my mom would go on vacation and stuff like that. So, this one specific time, she hired somebody new. Let's just call her Chelsea. Now, Chelsea seemed like a pretty normal babysitter the first few days. I had her for a total of 5 days. But on the second to last day, Chelsea did something not too smart, okay? Now, personally, I didn't care about this very much because I was like 10, 11 years old. I was at that age where, like, I could understand things, I could kind of handle myself. Now, obviously, I wasn't an adult or anything like that, but I didn't really care about someone watching me, you know what I mean? Like, I could pretty much handle myself by myself. So a night before my mom came home, Chelsea decides to throw a huge party. And she tells me about it. She's like, hey, just so you know, I'm having some friends over tonight. It's going to be a little party. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell your mom about it. And I was like, sure, that's fine. No big deal. And in my head, I'm thinking, like, yeah, it's not a big deal. Like, she can do whatever she wants. I'm going to be a part of this party, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be that cool 11-year-old that isn't annoying at all and that everyone at the party loves. And they'll all totally love me, and they totally won't wish that I go in my room and go to fuck to sleep. I'm just kidding. But anyway, yeah, I was like, you know what? I'll hang around. I won't be annoying. I'll just do what I normally do on nights like this. Now, I was expecting like 10 to 15 people to come over, but no, like 30 to 40 people came over. My entire kitchen and living room were packed, and like there were people out in the backyard and shit too. So like, it was crazy to begin with. And then I saw something I'll never forget. I see my babysitter in my kitchen taking Molly with like three of her friends, and she's like just yelling, having a good time, and I'm just mind blown. I'm like, here I think she's gonna have like, some friends over, have a little party, and like, just have like fun and do her job at the same time. But no, she's like full blown fucking raging right now while trying to babysit. I just think that was so funny. Now look, if there's any babysitters watching this video, don't be like Chelsea. Like, don't do that. Don't throw a party. Don't take Molly while you're at the party while you're babysitting someone's child. I feel like I don't even need to say this because it's common sense, but yeah, I just figured I would put that out there so any babysitters watching might need to hear it. Anyway, so Chelsea takes this Molly, and then like an hour later, her and her friends are blasting Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus in my kitchen, jumping up and down, just, having a grand old time. And I'm just witnessing this like, wow, okay, this is how my night's going. Sweet. So I go in my room, and I'm just playing some video games, trying to chill out and take a break from the chaos that was happening in my kitchen and living room. And I start to hear yelling coming from the hallway, and it's getting closer and closer to my door, and it's like multiple voices being mad loud. And I was like, great, there is a bunch of drunk people coming to my room right now. And they open the door, and it's some random dude, some Chad, and then my babysitter Chelsea, and then her friends. So there's like probably in total 5 people. And the Chad and her are like, let's play video games together. Like, let's play. Come on, I want to play with you, Austin. So then came the biggest challenge of my entire life. I had to sit there and try and teach 5 drunk Chad and Chadettes how to play Halo 3. And it was so difficult. Just so difficult. And then I hear my babysitter say, this is too hard. I'm on way too much Molly for this right now. And I start laughing. And she's like, Austin, have you ever done Molly? Now, since I was 11, of course I look at her and I say, no, I haven't. And she goes, good, never do it. It's bad for you. And I was like, okay. I just go back to playing Halo. Now, after that, they tried to play for like 5 more minutes, but they just got bored and they didn't like it and they couldn't play, so they gave up and they went back to the kitchen. Now, after they left, nothing else too interesting happened that night. But fast forward to the next day, this is when shit goes down, okay? So now obviously most people at that party that night were way too fucked up to drive home, and a lot of them didn't have rides, so they just slept at my house, okay? So I wake up the next morning, I walk into the kitchen, and I shit you not, there's at least 20 people just sleeping all over the living room, like on the floor, on the couches, just knocked out sleeping, and Chelsea was in my mom's room sleeping. And I'm looking around like, okay, this is interesting. So I go over to the cupboard, grab some cereal, and I'm trying to pour a bowl of the cereal really quiet so I don't wake people up. But of course I wake up some random dude, and he sees me and I see him, and we just look at each other, and I'm like, good morning. And he goes, good morning, bro. And I'm like, have a good day. And I just walk out of the kitchen with my cereal, and I walk into my room, and I'm just sitting there, eating my cereal, playing more Halo, of course. That's all I really did back then. And then I hear something interesting. I hear a car pull into the driveway out front, and I look out my window, and it's my mom's car. She decided to come home like 9 hours early, and I was like, oh, fuck. So I run into the room where Chelsea's at. I'm like, Chelsea, my mom came home early. You know what I mean? Just to try and give her a heads up. And she jumps up and runs in the kitchen, and she's throwing bottles into a trash bag as fast as she can. But of course, it was way too messed up in there. Like, she was not cleaning it in a few seconds. That's just not going to happen. And I notice on the kitchen table, there's crushed up pills, and there's like non-crushed up pills as well, just sitting there on the table. And as soon as I notice those, I hear the door open, and I hear my mom go, "What the fuck happened in here?" And immediately, Chelsea starts going, I'm so sorry. And everyone in the house wakes up and starts walking out the front door as quick as they can. And she's like, who are all these people? Whose cars are those? And Chelsea's just saying sorry as fast as she can. And, like, obviously my mom was not having it. She was pissed. And I'm just standing there, like, watching this happen. And she's like, Austin, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine, Mom. I'm all good. Nothing happened to me. And she was like, all right, good. I'm never hiring you again. And Chelsea's like, I'm so sorry. Please don't tell my parents about this. Because Chelsea was only like 17 or 18, so like she was obviously still under her parents' wing. And then she sees the pills on the table. My mom, she saw them. She was like, what the fuck is that? What are those? And Chelsea just quickly like sweeps them into the garbage bag. She's like, nothing, don't worry about it. My mom's like, just get the fuck out of my house. And that's what Chelsea did. She quickly picked up some more trash, put it in the trash bag, and then took it outside, threw it away, and then went to her car and left, like, immediately. And my mom was like, what happened here last night? And I just kind of said it. I was like, oh, there was just a little party. And she was like, why didn't you tell me about it? I was like, I just went to bed. I don't know. I didn't think much of it. She was like, all right, well, she's clearly never coming back here again. I'm like, okay. I went back into my room, and I just kept playing Halo all day. That was literally it. Like, I just kind of stayed out of the whole situation. But yeah, moral of the story is, if you're a babysitter, don't take Molly while you're babysitting or throw a party like that. And just, yeah, be safe. But that's pretty much the story time, guys. I thought this was pretty crazy. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I would really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace.
Taking what I want like pirates. Niggas make their dough from Pyrex. I'm just in the studio. I don't want coronavirus. Wish I had some psilocybin. I get thin, I get now, I get next. Watch me flex and baguette. I'm so stressed. Fuck. Hey, I can't even go to the club. Wait, I don't even like going.